Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the tarot reading that is aimed at the serious tarot reader. This is not your unicorn, rainbow, lollipops kind of tarot reading. I've done tarot for over 20 years, and in that time I have discovered tarot covers the science of potential. Astrology, numerology, which I've done for 50 years each, they cover the science of cycles. Life is just a repetition of a myriad of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. That is why I focus largely, almost exclusively, on the major planets. I don't deal with the minor planets, Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury. That would be for an astrologer to do, or an astrology reading. Like I said, I've done astrology for over 50 years. I certainly can do it, but it gets to be complicated. So I'm basically looking at Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. And the reason I am, and more actually, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and the reason I look at the farther planets is they carry platforms with them. In other words, when Pluto changes signs, which it's done, it's now in Aquarius if you do Western astrology. Why else would you do anything else? But Pluto in Aquarius now just entering means for roughly a little less than 20 years, we're going to have this Pluto evolution energy, but in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius just so happens to be very prevalent in regards the massive changes that we see in society. So, energy, Pluto in Aquarius, is very different than Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn had to do with business, with industry. You see capitalism finally crumbling in its own ashes. You see this big change in terms of our value system. The question is, which way is it going to go? I mean, change is not necessarily good, also not necessarily bad. There are a lot of things that have to be taken into consideration. And so when it comes to the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, look at it this way. Think that you're driving in traffic. Okay, you're in a car, you're driving in traffic. Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars really are the local traffic conditions, what the weather's like. Is it snowy? Is it rainy? Is it sunny? What's going on? How about the traffic lights? Are you running into those all the time? Do you have to make detours and stuff around? Traffic just is not moving, it's congested. That's the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. Okay? But you step it up to Jupiter and Saturn, what that has to do in terms of your driving is not the in-city conditions, we'll call them, has to do with, like with Jupiter, is traffic moving more quickly. Saturn, are you stuck in a construction zone? Uranus talks about off-ramp decisions. Okay, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to take this ramp and I'm going to figure out some other way. Neptune says, I really don't know how I'm going to get to my destination. I took the off-ramp because the conditions are crappy. I gotta stop. I'm not familiar. I gotta figure this out. And Pluto is a change in destination. We were gonna go here, considering all the stuff, the traffic and the congestion and all this. Maybe we should go to this destination, change the whole situation. That's how those planets work. They lay the foundation, and then you come to tarot, which is a localized energy, a localized frequency. It's taking all of those conditions, that astrological platform, that cycle of cycles, and making decisions with the energy that's available to you. I have come to the conclusion that life is essentially fate. Yeah, we have decisions. Yeah, we have a sort of free will. But not as much as we like to fool ourselves into believing. I don't know how many times I've heard interviews with famous rock groups or movie stars or whatever the hell it is. In fact, I remember a discussion that I saw on the internet with the Beatles. I think it was Paul and Ringo talking about how much of what they did was simply luck. They didn't plan anything particularly. And in fact, John Lennon is famous for saying life is what happens while you're busy doing other things. So the astrology and to an extent numerology kind of lay the foundation. The tarot is, okay, here we have the foundation. This is the platform. How the hell am I going to work with it? Well, that's where the science of potential comes in from tarot. Let's say you have 10 people in a room and they're listening to a reading. I don't care if it's numerology, astrology, or tarot. The odds are, out of 10 people, 1 or 2, if you're lucky, may resonate with the reading. The other 8 or 9 people, not so much. Not that it was a bad reading, not that it wasn't entertaining, not that it wasn't informative. It just didn't resonate. The message, the frequency wasn't there. That's normal. So as we're doing the reading today, if you go, well, geez, that's kind of nice. I learned a little this or whatever the heck it is. Great. Glad that we were having a chance to get together. Please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Please. That helps with the algorithms. I got to start, the people around me tell me I got to pick it up a little bit. So like and subscribe most especially. Share if you want to. Kind of spread the word if you think this is helpful. Real tarot reading. It's not that fluff and stuff. Just 4 tarot cards, 1 orientation card, and that's all. And then you focus on manifesting. You make the pictures in your head. And that's where the tarot comes in. We got the platform from numerology, astrology, and all the cycles. This is the platform we're working on right now. We had very little to do with it, but how do we make the best of it? If it resonates, you got your answer, you go. You go on faith. Don't worry about it. Just step forward and let the energy take you where it's supposed to take you. So let's get to the reading for today. 4 tarot cards, the one in the middle. The oracle card sets the mood for the reading. It is Observer. Now we do have, speaking of astrology, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. We're still in the eclipse period. That happened a couple of weeks ago. We're coming up to a full moon, I think today or tomorrow. So there's a lot of things going on right now. And a lot of it is behind the scenes. The Mercury retrograde, the Venus retrograde say this is not a time to act. I mean, you can if you're looking short term. If you're looking a couple of weeks to a month, okay, great. But the odds are, if you're looking for anything long term, this is not the time. Although you're tempted as hell. Boy, when we get Mercury retrograde, we get Venus retrograde, you get Mars retrograde, it's like, I gotta go, I gotta do it. And then no sooner do you do it, the planet goes forward again, and you go, what the hell was I thinking? That was a Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde. You were pushed. There was, bam. And so that's what's going on a lot right now. There are a lot of things that I'm watching, let's say, if, for example, in Washington, because I think a lot of what's going on there will determine whether or not we hit our 250th birthday as a nation coming up July 4th, 2026. That's it, 250 years, July 4th, 2026. That's how long I'm giving the current administration to show their cards. I want to know, do they care about the middle class and the poor, or is it going to be more just care for the rich, care for the rich, care for the rich, care for the rich? If you take a look at the spread, 92% of all the wealth in America is owned by about 0.5%. Let's make it a full percent, easy numbers. So 1% or less controls 90% of our money. That's crazy. That's nuts. So I want to see what they do, and I'm going to give them the next roughly year and a half, a little less than a year and a half, between now and July 4th, 2026, our 250th birthday. I want to see what they do. But right now, they're doing things that concern me, and I have to catch myself and go, wait, Mercury retrograde, not hearing the communications, not getting the communications like you should. And then you got the Venus retrograde, which is a sense of values. Maybe I'm reading something incorrectly. Stop. Take a breath. Stop. Wait till about, let's say, the end of April, 1st of May. Let this stuff kind of work itself out a little bit. Let the Mercury and the Venus retrograde stuff go away, go back to normal movement. Neptune, I think, is getting ready to move into, I think, Aries. So there's a lot of pressure underneath. Remember I talked about this astrological platform? There's a lot of pressure in this platform to push you. So how do you manifest under these kinds of conditions? Well, you do a double take. Or as the card here says, observe. Just observe. That's more than enough right now. Just watch. Let's see how things shake themselves. When I say watch, I don't mean not do a damn thing for anymore. I'm saying, remember I talked about 1st of May, end of April, 1st of May? Yeah. Just double take. Numbers up, by the way, in the card in the right-hand corner are 49. 4 is stability. 9 is ending. You're looking for a new kind of stability because the 4 and 9 together equal a 13, which again reduced equals a 4. That's what you're looking for, stability. Right now we have none. Everything's up for grabs. That's what makes it so difficult. That's what makes it so unsettling. That's what makes it so uncomfortable. So in the midst of this astrological platform of uncertainty, you need a double take. That's the tarot energy. Here's the meme for today. You know, sometimes your freedom is not taken away at gunpoint, but instead it's done one piece of paper at a time, one seemingly meaningless rule at a time, one small silencing at a time. And those are the things that concern me because there are pieces of paper, ideas being presented in Congress that will take away our First Amendment rights. Not all of them, not right away, but it opens the door. And it has to do with how we talk about Israel. That's what's being proposed on 2 fronts. One, controlling your bank account. The second one, controlling colleges. If you say something against Israel, you're going to be censored. Well, you're already censored on the internet, so that already is taking away your First Amendment rights. Because the First Amendment doesn't have anything to do with the speech that you like. It has to do with the speech you don't like. You have to protect the speech of people who disagree with you. Because if you don't, then the people who make the rules will make what you say illegal. And then we're in a shithole. 1984. There you are. We're taking a step in that direction already. So again, the meme says sometimes your freedom is not taken away at gunpoint, but instead it's done one piece of paper at a time, one raw law, one ruling. Sometimes it's a seemingly meaningless rule, but that's the step. One small silencing at a time. So this is why you need to do a double take. Double take. I want to see how this all shakes out. Card all the way to the left is the Two of Swords. Twos are always decisions. Swords are ideas, beliefs. And you see in the card here, arms across the heart, blocking the emotions. Eyes are covered, blocking the vision. But a lot of water. Emotion, intuition. This is the time that you have to take that double take. You have to observe standing back and just let things play out. By the time we get to the end of April, 1st of May, you're going to see things a lot more clearly. And what you may see at that point is the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles are values, our value system. What the hell is a value system? Is it only about money? This one football player, for people who are familiar with football, if you're not, I'll kind of give you a fast little rundown. This one guy said that he wanted to leave the team he was on because they were never going to win. He's already made a lot of money in his life as a football player. He was interested in winning. He wasn't so concerned about the money. They put a shitload of money in front of him, and guess what he did? I'm going to stay with the team. Well, if that's all life is, if his word means nothing, if he can be bought, then what kind of set of values is that? And that's what runs the country and the world. Give me money, 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 money. I don't care. I'll say or do anything. I don't care. Well, then you live in the kind of world that you live in now. When anybody can be bought, you can't believe anything that they say. This is why you need this Two of Swords. This is why you need a double take. This is why you need to be the observer. Watch, look, listen, pay attention. Remember, freedom is not taken away at gunpoint. Just that piece of paper, just the rule that doesn't mean anything but has profound effect. It's the little stuff. That football player, I would never trust anything that came out of his mouth because I know that he can be bought. What's your value system? How about fairness? That's the next one. Six of Pentacles. That's what Six of Pentacles is all about. It's reciprocity. Give and take equally. Give and take equally. That's a step towards fairness. That's a step towards real freedom. That's a step towards real power, individuality. I'll give as good as I get and vice versa. When we were talking about the possibility of your pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, something coming into your life, some realization coming into your life, that's what it's about. It's reciprocity. Treat me fairly. Treat me fairly. I'll treat you fairly. Final card is the Nine of Wands. Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, joy, gratitude, and the Nine of Wands is determination. Yeah, I've been kicked and kicked hard. You've left marks, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay enthusiastic. And I'm going to keep moving forward. And right now, the way I move forward, just to observe. That's all. Do the double take. Because there's something in there that will set you free. But you got to pay attention. That's the tricky part. That's the difficult part. You can do it. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Hope you're here with me because it really makes it so much better when you're here. By the way, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. That's going to help us out a whole bunch. So, another tarot reading tomorrow. Hope you're here with me between now and the next time you and I do tarot together. Peace and blessings.